Welcome to Behind the Claw. We will be picking up where we left off last week. These guys are aboard a Calypso class laboratory ship named the Callendula, and a whole bunch of high weirdness has taken place, evidently, on the Callendula, and they have run into obvious signs that a lot of the crew are dead. They've run into obvious signs that some or most or maybe all of the crew have turned cannibal, and they have witnessed one of the crew physically change. She came out and seemed a little bit off, and when she didn't get the answers from them that she wanted, her form physically altered. She became larger, more aggressive, more animal-like, and they ended up putting her down. And so they decided that they were going to move to the auxiliary. They were going to backtrack and move to the auxiliary bridge, and I believe they were going to try and send a message back down to Iterati and contact what's his name? Dolgesh? Uh, yes, Dalgly Hosh. Dalgly Hosh. I was close. And who is the liaison head of Lisani Laboratories. And they're going to try and see if their mission is done and or what more needs to be concluded. Before we get started, we would like to bring attention to the fact that we do have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got t-shirts and hoodies and buttons and Whiskey Rocks glasses and beer steins and all sorts of stuff. And 100% of the proceeds from that store goes back into our channel. It helps us cover, the minor things like subscriptions to Roll20 Pro or subscriptions to Incarnate Pro or all of those little nitpicky items that aren't so nitpicky when they all gang up on you at the beginning of the month. And so if you like what you're watching, you enjoy the game, and you want to help us out, go get yourself a beer stein, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. All right, so you guys have been. I'm just gonna move you forward here. Rushing forward.
I will say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I want to go back and grab the 4 vials of each type, because there's 2 types, and
yes,
as far it took 1 of each. I'm gonna grab all the rest of them.
Yeah,
for reasons.
So all of the ones that you have found vials of vials labeled 1077. You found, and I believe he grabbed 1 of each. There were 3 more of each, or no, there were 4 more of each at least. Because I remember I rolled 6s. So if he grabbed 1 of each, there were 5. So you can grab 5 of 1077, and the other ones are all labeled 1079.
And 1078 is missing.
Right.
That's okay.
I wonder which one those were.
So you guys are running to the auxiliary bridge, which is this iris valve here. And just as you get there, Zurzi, your computer notifies you. You get a ding, and it notifies you that it has finished crunching through decoding the data that was in those logs that were transmitted.
Okay. Is there anything of note?
It says, yeah, there is some pertinent information here.
So you can just copy paste on the chat so I can put it in my log if you want.
No. Well, maybe. I mean, it is. I thought there was more to this. Maybe not. Maybe not. So the information that comes in, first piece, all of these drugs, all of the data that has been crunched or through the decoder was sent down to Lasani Labs on Iterati. Dogley Hosh was CC'd on it, but he is an executive. He probably didn't even bother to read it. A lot of it is, you know, scientific jargon that he's probably not going to understand. He understands math and accounting. He doesn't so much work in the pharmaceutical field. But it is obvious to you that all of these, whatever these vials are, they are combat drugs. The first note that comes in refers to drug 1067. Why is this? Hold on.
76.
Oh. I didn't share it with anybody. How did I miss that? So this is drug 1067. It is just a pill, or maybe it's like Nicorette gum. You just kind of crack it and keep it in your cheek, and it makes you crazy. But it's just a typical standard combat drug that I'm sure, Zurzi, you've probably seen these when you were in the military. I'm sure that Zart has seen them when he was in the patrol. I don't know about Audrey. Audrey probably hasn't seen them. I mean, did Audrey do any military service?
No, she has not.
Okay. So yeah, Audrey probably hasn't seen these. Probably has heard of them because they're sometimes popular on the black market, depending on where you're from. But evidently this whole thing started with lot number 1067, which was just your typical combat drugs that are sometimes handed out to the troops. Things evidently started to take shape with drug 1060 or 1077. It's an improved drug. They started to experiment on smaller animals such as the rodents, and this one will increase your strength and endurance for 10 to 15 for 10 minutes, but you will then suffer a -5 to dexterity after the 10 minutes is up, and you're going to be fatigued for like a half hour. Further improvements. There we go. They then produced a drug 1079. God damn it. Hold on. Oh, I didn't add these. I don't know. I can't imagine why I wouldn't do that. It's like a habit for me. Anyways, here is 1079. It is the second iteration of their improvement. This one is an injector, and this one pretty much mimics the original one, and there are no real side effects to when it wears off, which is a benefit, because usually combat drugs, you have your high, and then after they wear off, you crash. This one doesn't seem to do that. So there is this seems like a real winner. They didn't stop there, though. Then they created drug 1101, another injector, this time in a gun format, which will increase your strength and dex by +5 for 30 minutes, and there are no side effects. This one's kind of a, I don't know, combat drug light. Definitely, this one, according to the notes that you're reading, there was some speculation that by the executives that this one might be good for over-the-counter kind of stuff. rather than, because most of the time combat drugs are strictly military. They are tightly controlled. This one, if it's only +5 for 30 minutes, um, you might be able, if you change the name and don't call it a combat drug, you might be able to sell it over the counter to the populace. And then last but not least, the last improvement that they came up with was 1103. And this one has the worst side effects, and most people die after 3 days. Causes seizures, all sorts of really bad shit. Now, in addition to this information about the combat drugs, there is some further logs that are currently being decoded still, but this is what it has produced so far. So it'll be just a bit longer for it to finish decoding. And you guys have arrived at the auxiliary bridge.
I'll give everybody the quick rundown that so these have never been. So these are like brand new, never released drugs, basically. They're for testing.
Yeah, they're in the animal testing phase.
Okay. I want to send a quick ping test, essentially, to the Scander's 2 secondary ships to see if I can get a communication to them. Let me just essentially ping them and see if it bounces back to me or not.
Sure. Yeah,
does it come back normal?
Yeah, there would be. I mean, there would be no reason why it wouldn't. Iterati is high in. I mean, it's a high tech level. Yeah, it's tech level 12. So, yeah, your mobile comm would have access, and you'd be able to ping. You'd have access to the planetary network, and you could ping the 2 shuttles.
I want to once the data is, whenever it's done decoding in sections, I want to essentially zip and encode it and send the packets to the Scander's secondary ships.
Okay.
So just do that as we're kind of walking around, just making a backup just in case.
Yeah. Okay. Can do. Another interesting piece of information that comes out of this is that these packets of information about these individual drugs they weren't just sent to the planet side. You are seeing evidence that they were transmitted. Let me find out who is it they were sent to. They were sent to a rival corporation called Butler Chemicals.
Oh. To a rival?
Yes.
Somebody betrayed them.
They're dead now anyway. they're the one of the 12 in the freezer.
You hope.
All right, so 1079 it comes as an injector, and 1077 comes as a pill, essentially.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
At least,
yeah, I
mean, that's at least how they started. 1067 is a pill, 1077 is a pill, and then 79 through 1103 are all injectors.
Yeah, I'll just rattle all this off to the others also, basically telling them that we have our hands on some very interesting drugs.
I like drugs.
Drugs, yeah.
I feel
drugs.
bad for the animals.
I don't like drugs. I'm an ex-cop.
Yes.
But you like money, don't you?
Yes.
With these drugs, we could make a lot of money.
Good. I need money. I don't have that much.
So, you have reached the auxiliary bridge. What are you doing? Are you following through with your original plan? I'm not sure where you're going.
What's the light color?
It's green. It's unlocked.
Smart, you want to open the door and go in first, Mr. Combat Guy?
Draw my pistol.
Okay.
I walk in the room and I go.
Okay.
I sweep to the left. I sweep to the right. What do I see?
Make a difficult 10 plus recon check plus recon plus intellect or education, your choice.
Incoming hidden shotgun blast to the face.
You know, that wouldn't be too abnormal.
Right?
Okay. So, intellect and what?
Recon plus your choice of intellect or education, and you need to get a 10 plus.
Okay. This is not going to roll well. But
I think you jinxed me.
at least it's a +1.
Oh my God! You
Nope.
did it.
Oh,
So just as Svart's about to step into the room, you see across the floor as this iris valve opens across the floor about ankle height, there is a taut, slender wire that is drawn tightly across the bottom of the door.
Mm. I think maybe there's a bomb in here. There's some. I wonder what this is for. Either it's going to trip me, it's going to cut my feet off, or it's got tied to a bomb.
It's just an old school trap. It'll just cut off your feet.
I have the utmost confidence you can disarm it. I fully believe in you as I slowly back away.
uh, I look at the wire real close and see if it's attached to anything besides the door.
So yes, so you see that there is not. I mean, it's not overly complicated, but this wire is attached to a pin that has been driven into the wall, and it is drawn tautly through a pulley system and up the doorway, and about neck height. There is a hydraulic piston that is in its collapsed position, but it is primed and it has been sharpened. And so if this tripwire is triggered, this piston will shoot out and skewer anybody who is coming through.
Now, who would do that? Who's smart enough that's not turned into an imbecile would do that? Is there somebody here put on a face mask for 2 days?
So what else do you see in here? Well, this is the lights in here. All of the ceiling lights have been smashed, but you do note that the computer consoles, they are still operating, and you can see that there is a working computer terminal in here, and most of the screens and electronics have not been busted out, but you can see that there is a pile of looks like somebody dragged in a bunch of crates, and they kind of made a little crate blanket fort back here. And it's just kind of piled up like a bunch of refuse around it.
Refuse, as in
Garbage.
feces?
No, garbage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I step back to here.
Okay.
I reach back behind me. I pull out my long blade
Okay.
and I take a swipe at the wire.
Okay. So you bring your long blade down, you hit the wire, and this hydraulic piston just pops and snaps out, and it's probably about as big around as your forearm, but it's been sharpened on a lathe, and it snaps out, and if you were standing there, it would have stabbed into you. And when that happens, find him.
Person comes out
Or
of the
her.
tent.
Yes.
You remember what I said last week? If you don't put the cuffs on, I'm going to shoot you in the head. And I did.
That's true. You did. That's true.
You're a man of your word.
Yes, you were a man of your word. Yes. Exactly that. All right. Let me find her. There we go. Oh. That might not be right. Let's see. What condition is her condition in? Oh. Okay. What about that condition? Huh. Okay. Well.
Good luck, Svart.
Thank you. I have a 3-foot-long sword in my hand.
So out of the so you cut it down, the piston snaps into place, and then kind of crawling out of this blanket fort in like a slow, fatigued manner, you see this woman come crawling out.
She looks like she's not. She looks like she's been beat up.
Yeah, she looks like shit. She's been having a rough time of it. Her too. One eye's like red. Maybe that's where she's took the injection or whatever. But yeah, she's got a club and she is wearing an armored jumpsuit that you would normally find like normally that would be something that would be worn by like an engineer. So I mean, and all the logos and whatnot, you can tell that she is or maybe was an engineer, assuming that this outfit belongs to her. And she's got a club with her, and you can see that on her belt she also has what looks like a laser cutter. And aside from that, she comes out and from the lights coming from the shoulders of your suit, she kind of holds up her eyes like the light, or holds up her hand to block the light, like the beams of light actually physically hurt her. She hasn't said anything yet. She's kind of moaning.
What's going on, Svart?
Got another one over here.
Got another one.
I may have to shoot her in the head.
I'm just going to keep an eye behind us and just hope that Audrey and Svart can deal with whatever's going on that way.
I switch to my pistol.
Okay.
And I say, hands up, tell me who you are, and don't get any closer. In a commanding police voice.
Out of curiosity.
Ex-police voice.
Interesting.
It's kind of wimpy.
So you yell out, want to know, telling her to put her hands up, and she kind of feebly puts her hands up, and she's kind of she is on her knees, but she's swaying back and forth, and you can see that her eyes are kind of at half mast. And she looks like she's been beat up. There's scuff marks all over, dirt. There's scrapes, bruises, a black eye, and she just says, "My name's Stavro, engineer, Callendula." And she kind of leans forward, and she's on one hand, and she throws up. Make a recon plus intellect check.
Gee. It's the exact same roll. I get a 3. So I don't notice anything.
You don't notice anything. Yeah, she kind of leans over, just starts throwing up, and she's like, "Can you not shine those lights on me?"
Not much choice here, babe. It's just the hall lights.
and she
So did you knock out all the lights in the room?
says, "Light hurts." Now hold on, just a second.
Drug are you on? How much cocaine did you sniff?
Yep. You can see in your lights, she kind of, her shoulders start to bulk up, and she looks up. She goes, "I asked nicely to turn off the lights."
I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
Everybody can roll initiative. 2D plus either your
Oh,
strength, or I'm sorry, 2D plus your intellect or your education.
initiative.
Get a whole whopping 5.
I also got a 5. This is where we
Wow.
dice for it.
She, even with a -3, she still got a 7. Zurzi, you got a 5.
Yep.
Svart got a 5. And Audrey got a 3. Right. So, you see her immediately start to bulk up, and she seems to be getting very agitated.
This seems similar. This seems familiar.
Yeah. Have you really seen this before? Yeah. She doesn't do anything right away. You just see her kind of, her shoulders and arms are bulking up. That armored jumpsuit that she's wearing is kind of filling out and stretching to its max, as she's literally filling up. If it was just a regular shirt, she'd probably tear out of it. And she just keeps her hands up, as she, with one hand on the ground, she's blocking the light with the other hand, and she's just kind of bulking up. Zurzi, what are you doing?
I'm going to try to open up this door.
That's a good question. What are those doors? It doesn't say. Probably these are cargo. It's unlocked. Yeah, there's nothing but some cargo crates and well, make a recon plus intellect check.
Maybe we can find her some food and throw it at her. Put poison in it.
A 12.
So yeah, you see that there's several crates in here. Some of them have been opened and rummaged through. And you see that there's a bunch of foil packs that look like ready-to-eat meals that have been ripped open and just the interior has been devoured and the wrappers have been dumped on the floor. But behind some of these crates, you note that there is a hole cut into the floor, and it looks like, so you noted in previous rooms that you've been in, some of the rooms you saw that the bedding and whatnot had been pulled off the bed. This is where some of the bedding must have gone, because you can see that around this jagged hole that's been cut in the floor. It looks like it was probably hastily done with a laser cutter. They have put the blankets and whatnot over the edges so that they can crawl down inside. And you can see that these lead down into some kind of maintenance passage.
At the door.
I will take a note of that and shut the door, and that's all I'll do for now. I'll keep my laser pistol looking this way, though, just in case something tries to come from behind.
Okay. All right, Svart, what are you doing?
I'm going to shoot her.
Okay.
I aim. I'm close.
Yeah, that's +2.
Am I close enough to get a 6, or do I need an 8?
You'll need an 8.
How about an 11?
That is a +3 to damage.
And if I remember right, this thing is 4D.
The Stoli is... Come on, I know it's in here. I put it in here. Oh, hold on. Stoolie. There you go. So yeah,
So
regular. I think those are reversed. Your regular damage should be 3d -2, but you've got a +3, so it's going to end up being a 3d +1.
$16.
Oh, wow.
Okay. She, wearing her armored
Nice.
jumpsuit, is going to take 15 of that. That's going to hurt. Not as bad as I might have thought, though. She takes the shot and, center mass and keeps coming. I mean, she jerks back, but primes herself to leap on her turn. Audrey, what are you doing?
All right, well, Audrey will step over there next to Savard and shoot her gun at that person.
Okay. You can aim with a... Oh, no, you moved with a minor action. So,
I
yeah.
move, so...
Yep.
Okay. That... Oh, miss.
Yes, you miss. Not too bad. The shot ricochets around the room, but doesn't seem to hit anything important. She...
She has to get up. She was on the floor. She was still kneeling on the floor.
She leaps from a crouched position and swings that big club.
Thank God I've got a +10 on my vac suit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right.
Somebody wants to be with Dad.
Somebody has a couple prickers stuck in their hair.
Oh, that would be a straight, flat roll. She misses. She runs. She leaps up and swings, and you just kind of dodge at the last second, and it just whiffs past you. Zurzi, what are you doing?
I will continue guarding this door over here. I'll just yell to Svart, you okay?
So far.
Alright, well, if we need to run, just let me know.
All right, Svart,
That's my turn.
you are in melee now with her, but you do have your pistol out, so that's good.
And I'm really close, so it's a +6. It's only a 6, right?
Yes. Oh,
10.
that is a hit with a +4 to damage. So 3d plus 2.
15.
Ouch. He's going to take 14. Ugh. That dumps her strength down, but she's still up. And she kind of, you shoot her point blank, again, center mass, and she lets out a snarls, kind of bares her teeth at you like she's an animal. Audrey, what are you doing?
Okay, Audrey's going to shoot at that crazy person.
Okay. Ah, no.
Mhm.
So Audrey fires, and in the heat of the moment, misses, and Pent Starvo or Stavro, she, well, she's gonna,
Swings again,
yeah, she's gonna swing, but
with reduced strength.
right, she will be, yeah, she's really gonna suck at this. 0. She swings, and she does hit, but it doesn't even scratch your vac suit. And you can see that this isn't even, this is just like some chunk of a shipping crate that she's using as a club. It's got a couple of nails sticking out of it. It's not anything terribly frightening. Zurzi?
I will continue my expert job of watching the back door.
Make sure, getting ready to run and watching our backs.
I might shoot, I might run. We haven't figured it out yet.
All right, Svart.
11.
Okay.
Did I hit her?
Yeah, you did. That is a +5 to damage. Almost a critical. Oof.
16.
Yeah, no, she can't take that. You hold up your pistol, and you shoot her point blank in the forehead, and she goes down.
Another one to the head.
Yes, right? That's becoming
Of
your
course,
thing.
it's hard to miss at 3 feet.
Well, you would think, but there was an FBI ballistics study done in, I want to say it was like 95, 96, and it stated that most gun battles happen inside of less than 2 meters, and 90% of the shots miss. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's like the famous case where in Florida where the first guy used an AR-15 against the cops.
right,
He killed like 3 of them.
right.
And the only reason they got him is that they had a bullet bounce and enter under his armpit. And it still took him 3 minutes to die.
Right, yes.
While
Right.
he was still firing the AR-15.
Yeah, most battles, most gun battles, people miss. It's embarrassing, really. Right? What are you guys doing?
Tell...
One of the police officers who died emptied 2 pistols at him and didn't get him.
That's nuts. All right, so you have access to the auxiliary bridge, and there is a working terminal here,
Ooh,
as well
all right.
as
Well,
other pieces of working stuff.
Hey, if one of you two want to do some exploring inside this compartment, there's a hidden tunnel.
Thank
You
you.
guys can climb through it.
mm, well,
I
I'm gonna
break
see.
open my
this
revolver. I break open my revolver and reload it,
Okay, that's probably a good idea.
especially since I had used my last round.
Audrey, you can make a recon plus intellect check.
Okay.
2.
Nope, Audrey doesn't see
All right.
nothing.
Audrey's having problems tonight with the dice.
It's clearly.
Uh,
And Zurzi,
oh, she's freaked out.
if you've moved up to the door, you can make a recon plus intellect check.
Oh, good. Dinner's almost here.
I'll
There
take a
we
9.
go. So on the floor, amidst the torn up wrappers and junk that is around this little blanket fort that Parvo had made, you see a severed human hand.
Ew.
I don't want to see that. I want to inspect this person that's missing a head and see if they have any key cards or anything like that. ID badges. Anything of note or
She does not. She had an improvised club. She's wearing an armored jumpsuit that gives +1 protection, and she has a laser cutting torch that can cut. That can do 2d damage per round.
Hey Audrey, do you want to use this cutting torch in case we need to use it to cut anything? Like you're a mechanic person, right?
Oh yeah, I could use that. I'll use that tool. I don't have one yet. Thanks.
Yeah, this
He
one.
puts it in her toolbox.
Don't
Okay.
thank me, thanks Spark
Yeah,
for
you can
shooting
put
her in
down.
the
You
head.
got a laser cutting tool. It does 2d per round.
Do my eyes spy a working computer in this room?
Yes, you do. There is a operating terminal in this room that's dirty, but it has not been busted up.
Is it open? I mean, is there showing some kind of program or do we need to log in?
Yeah, there's a number of pieces of data that are scrolling across the screen. There is some information coming in about potential orbital decay. There is some information coming in about engineering information, giving the current status of the Callendula, and the image changes every so often to different quadrants of the ship, and then there is, of course, a communications console and a direct access to the ship's computer.
Well, I know what I'll be doing if you guys want to climb through a hole that has blankets all around it that you could maybe find a dead
And
person.
shooting more things? Think not. I've had 2 surprises already.
I mean, I can only read the data being my computer, but I mean, you said there's like a mechanics thing. Is that something that Audrey would probably specialize in?
There's an engineering readout. I mean, Audrey probably. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for.
Like, could Audrey like take the data and know, like, okay, as an engineer, I know this place is fucked. We need to leave, for example.
Maybe. I mean, but I think Audrey is more of a mechanic than an engineer.
Is there a mechanic readout?
No. No.
Okay. Well, Can Audrey use electronics to read the readout about communications?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, you
Oops.
can make an electronics comms plus intellect or education. Your choice.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at it. So Audrey looks at that on the computer.
Okay.
It's an 8.
You succeeded. Hold on just a
Yay.
second.
Dinner's here.
Nice. Go grab your dinner for a second. Why I closed that? That was dumb.
Basically, Audrey, I'm trying not to like do all the talking. I'm trying to let you guys do shit because the computer stuff could take a while.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, maybe, depending. So, Zurzi, you get a ding that says that the rest of the data has been decrypted.
As I'm reading it, I'm zipping it, encrypting it, and sending it to the secondary ship. Also,
Okay. So essentially, what this data is this was an emergency um, burst data, and it concerns the explosion that happened in the auxiliary laboratory that you noticed when you first arrived. And essentially, what this is stating is that um, all of the combat drug samples were compromised in that explosion, and the explosion caused that a mix of the all of those drugs to be sucked into the ventilation system, and it was spread throughout. And what the rest of that part you pretty much already knew. I mean, most of it. It's no longer in the air. It states that it had maybe a half life of maybe an hour before the scrubbers in the ventilation system cleared out the air. Of course, that was too late, and the rest of this is a computer estimation, and it is stating that overall effects of the mix of the drugs is unknown. Could lead to death, could lead to seizures, hair loss, constipation, and diarrhea at the same time. Swollen tongue, hair loss, priapism,
High cholesterol, diabetes,
high cholesterol, diabetes. Yes,
well,
anger management issues.
possibly. Yeah.
well, I think after we check out these councils in here, I think it's time to give a ring to our employer and make some ultimatums and some money. I think.
May I suggest that you send a note to our ship letting them know that basically not to come here and to warn people away and that the ship may be deorbiting.
Well, yeah. I mean, that. Yeah.
What would my character know if combat drugs like this stuff would be legal on the planet?
Go and make a. Go and make a. Make
How about
a
administration?
yeah, I'll say go ahead and make an administration admin plus intellect or education check.
11.
So the answer is no. They would not be legal under, especially under their current status of being test drugs. However, one thing to remember is that Lasani Laboratories has a military contract with the Third Imperium. They have a contract with the Navy and with the Marines.
Right.
At least. Probably the Army as well.
Okay. Good to know. Sorry, if I just send that randomly though to our crew, I think that would raise a lot of suspicious eyebrows. To just be like, "Hey, there's a station in orbit that may or may not be decaying. Don't come up here."
So, what are you doing?
Well, can Audrey press buttons on the computer to enable it to send out a message?
Yes. Who are you sending the message to?
Oh, well, is it possible to send out a general SOS?
Yeah. Yeah, you can send out a signal GK.
All right, Audrey asks the Savart and Zurzi if that's what we should do.
I think we should see if we can how we can play this diplomatically to our employer before we let everything go.
So
so to speak.
one thing to keep in mind about sending out a signal GK would be that remember that Lasani did not contact the military to come in because they didn't want to endanger their military contract. If their top secret drug laboratory that's in low orbit suddenly had some kind of big conundrum, that doesn't look good on Lasani, and so they don't want to risk losing the contract.
Which is where all the money comes from.
Right, including the money to install implants, such as the neural jack.
So they're offering us a fairly good reward for completing this. I think we can milk them for a lot more if we don't go public yet. If I can have a few moments to kind of peruse these computers with my AI helper, we may find a little bit of extra info, and then I was planning to call and probably play a little hardball and see if we can get even more stuff, because why not? We have all the power essentially right now. So
Sure.
Oh, okay. Audrey, yeah.
And we
Audrey
need
wants
to
to.
find- And we need to find a spacesuit for Audrey.
Yes, you do. Audrey's going to need a vac suit.
that is kind of a pickle. Or wait, can't we just throw you back into a low berth and throw that low berth onto our little cart and fly back down?
That's a good question.
Can our little
So
ship
this is a typical air raft.
I've never played Traveler before, so I ask all these random weird questions.
So this is the stats for an air raft. 0.25 tons of cargo. Yeah, I would say that you could probably... All right, hold on. Let me see. How much does a low berth weigh? Let's see here. That would be under... Don't know what that would be under. Low berths, page 24 of High Guard. No, not 224. 24. So, a low berth can hold one passenger. It consumes half a ton and costs 50,000 credits. So, no. Because this... So, there is a cargo version of these. that basically is just a pilot, and all of the other seats are removed for cargo space. It's basically like a pickup without a passenger seat. And in that case, then yes, it would have worked. But this is not. This is the Sport Utility Soccer Mom edition, and so no.
It's nothing but seats.
It's nothing but seats. Seats and a grav plate.
Well, I could still do some computer work if you guys want to potentially split the party and go down that creepy hole, or go check
He
out
really
another
wants
place.
you guys to go down that creepy hole.
I mean, it looks very
It's-
scary. Is all I'm
It's like
saying.
maybe I can get 2 neural jacks out of this.
Well, I don't know how long it's going to take me to do all this computer stuff, and I want you guys to just stand here next to a dead person with their head blown off.
You'd think you guys would be getting used to it by now.
Nope.
Unless you guys want to sit here, and I'll sit here and see what me and my computer can do.
I have a picture of the dead person's face.
Very
Eyes are
nice.
still open
Ooh,
too.
that's scary.
Looks totally healthy.
Yes,
Not on drugs at all.
completely.
There needs to stay and protect Zurzi.
So Svart, you can make and this is a simple routine check for your question asking about finding a vac seat for Audrey. You can make a electronics computers plus your choice intellect or education. That's a routine 6+ check. Okay. Hold on a second. My camera's wigging out on me. There we go. So, according to the readout, up here in this common area, this shaft, you've been here before, this shaft leads up to the spoke where the pinnace is docked, and there are spare vac suits available in the spoke.
Oh, damn.
At least it's listed that that's where spare vac suits are meant to be, are stored. It also states that there are some stored in the ship's locker on the main bridge. That is right? Yeah, that's where it would be. It's on the main bridge. I think. What's
Oh,
5?
damn.
Oh, it's a hard point. Yeah, but keep in mind, this is the auxiliary bridge. This is in case the main bridge goes completely tits up.
I let everybody know that.
Well,
That's
I guess then Audrey and Savart can go to that shaft and go up to get the vac suit.
Yeah.
we're gonna split the party.
I can stay here. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to lock the door.
Yeah, you can
right?
lock
Like,
the door, yeah. So from the auxiliary bridge there are two
Let me shoot that thing in the head again just to make sure it doesn't wake up.
Yeah, you never know.
Double tap.
There are two methods of egress from the auxiliary bridge. There's the iris valve door that you came in. There's another iris valve door here that leads to drive pod number 2, the lower deck. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess the main bridge has access to. Seems a little. I don't know. It seems strange to me that you would have direct drive pod access from the auxiliary bridge. Maybe that's not strange. And honestly, I don't know why there's a door there. So on a lot of larger naval ships, if you look at the blueprints, they don't even bother putting a door there. They're just like, yep, there's an auxiliary bridge console right here in engineering. You just go over here, and if you need to control the ship, you can do so from here.
Hey, let's go. Lock the door behind you.
Okay, Savart, let's go. So heading over there. Ooh,
Good luck, you two. Don't die, please.
no, I don't want to.
So, yeah, we'll put you guys. No, that's good. Maybe. Let's see. Nope, that's fine. So you guys are heading off to the shaft to get up to the spoke. What, Zurzi? What are you doing? I obviously you locked the door, right?
I lock the door. I make sure the other one's also locked.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm just gonna sit down at the computer and kind of pull out my tablet and talk to Anne. Like, all right, we need to try to get full system control of this bitch.
All right. Go ahead and make a electronic computers plus intellect or education. You get a +1 for your expert program, or rather your agent program.
A 7.
This is going to take you a while. It is. Basically, your agent is beating its head against the firewall, trying to brute force through the password.
That's gonna take a while. How long are the passwords?
You can't tell, because if you've ever logged into a Linux system, you know that it's never going to show you what your password is.
While I'm doing this, I'll also attempt to just turn on all lights as bright as they possibly can go on the entire platform.
Okay. So, Svart and Audrey...
I used to have a 32-character randomly generated password.
Yeah, or one of those random passwords you get. Oh, select a random strong password. Let Google suggest it. And it's like, holy shit, I'm never going to remember this.
Yeah. We had to write it down and put it in the safe.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, and right then, like if you write it down, there's a security loophole. Even if it's in a safe, it's still a security loophole. The whole idea is to not have to write down your password so that nobody else can get it. If it's stuck in your head, then nobody else gets it. That's one of the reasons why I like biometrics.
We could get away with it because we were in the middle of a mountain.
Right, yeah. There's that. You were guarding the Stargate.
But yeah, I guess that's all I'm gonna do. I'll try to help them out by turning on all the lights up to the brightest possible, and I'll just continue to grind it out.
Okay, so Svart and Audrey, as you guys are running down, you head this direction down, quadrant 1, back the direction that you came, and into quadrant 2. And as you guys are, just as you reach this what is this? Reception area. Just as you get in here, the lights that aren't broken, you see suddenly grow in brightness, and you see that pretty much all the way down the hall. This corridor, most of the lights are busted out. Every once in a while, there's one that is still working, and you see that single one, all of them are lighting up, so that there's much more light coming in than there was before.
I put my helmet on my vac suit.
Okay.
I put my gloves on.
Okay.
And I go here.
Okay, so you're climbing up the shaft. And I assume, Audrey, are you going right after him?
Yes, Audrey climbs up the shaft also.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure if there's a vacuum up there or not, so I would wait a while.
So this shaft, actually, you don't have to climb. This is actually a lift, um, barely big enough. I mean, if both of you were in here at the same time and both of you were wearing vac suits, there would be no room for almost anything else. But as it is, you can kind of both get in, and it's the lift car is well lit, and it shoots up to the spoke in less than 30 seconds, and you're up at the spoke, and there is as the lift doors open, you are in a small boxed in room, and there is an iris valve there.
Is the light green?
The light is green.
I'm going to assume there's air on the other side.
Well, that's what the computer would tell you. Yeah. Remember, if there is any loss of atmo, that the computer should automatically lock these iris valve doors, and the light would be red.
And you both get sucked in outer space and die.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
You got this. You'll be fine.
I take my gloves off, but I leave my nitrate gloves on. I pick up my pistol,
Okay.
and I step through the door.
Okay. So you open the door. This is kind of a long shaft that connects to a rather large airlock at this end. Hence the green line. And to show you what that's wrong. Show you what this looks like. I can do it better. I can do better. But I had it there.
I mean,
There.
it just looks like cargo, an empty cargo space.
Yeah, more or less. This area, I mean, there are a number of crates and whatnot in here. This is the offloading area for cargo that comes in from the pinnace, which, if you remember, when you came up, the pinnace was docked. But then... that's terrible. That. Come on. Work with me here. There we go. That's better.
So I assume the lights are really bright in here.
Yeah. I mean, none of the lights are busted out in here, and all of them are turned up to the max.
My eyes, oh my eyes.
Maybe that will help repel the.
Oh, the
Eating
lights
people.
hurt. Am I going to bulk up now?
No, you're fine. So here is what the lab ship looks like from the exterior. These boxes on the left and right, those are the drive pods. And then this shaft goes up and connects. There's a ring that the pinnace docks in. And it lines up. I forget what they said, as long as it has... Any ship that has a certain diameter can dock with it. It says... Yeah, it's not going to tell me here. Accepts any round cross section 6 meters in diameter craft. And normally this is a pinnace. It is on most lab ships, it is the only um, auxiliary vessel. They have, I think, the Type L regular lab ship has they have a single air raft. This particular version, the Calypso class, has 2 air rafts and a pinnace. But if you are further away from a planet, so an air raft can only make it to orbit. Beyond that, it has no function. So they're useless. But the pinnace can then move around in system. And because of the design of this ship, if there is any need for wilderness refueling, skimming gas giants, this ship can't do that. And so the pinnace is sent out to make fuel skims and bring the fuel back to refuel the pinnace, or to refuel the lab ship. So it can take a while if you're doing wilderness refueling. These things are really meant to jump to a system and then remain on station once it gets there. They're not exceptionally maneuverable. The airlock is closed at the end, but when you were coming up, when you and Zurzi were making your way up in the air raft, you saw that the pinnace was docked.
40-ton pinnace.
The pinnace is not enormous.
It's still a free ship.
Yeah, that was.
How many millions of credits can we sell it for?
Is it even? It doesn't say what this one. Oh, 9.48 new. And I think I think this one's slightly modified.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm just saying, if money talks.
3 million credits. Can any of us actually fly it?
Well, I think Zurzi's learning.
I'm learning, and my computer can assist in navigation. I have the programming. And then Audrey, I think, has the engineering, kind of.
Kind of.
Can't imagine there's too much engineering in a pinnace. It either works or it doesn't.
All right, I'm going to be quiet because I'm not here.
Well, I mean, you guys have comm dots. I mean,
okay. I look around and I'm looking for vac suits. Do I see any?
Yes, you can see that on the wall there, hanging there, is a series of vac suits.
I'm not sure how small Audrey is, so.
That's a good point. Audrey is a Vargur. However,
I assume it's not that big.
However, there are at least 2 suits that are built for a Vargur.
Oh, good.
Found suits, Audrey. Let's go get you some.
Okay, I'll try one on.
This is armor. I'm finding it. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. So this is the civilian suit type. All of these suits are basic. No, they're improved tech level 10 vac suits. So they have protection plus 8, second from the bottom.
That's good. That's better than nothing. Better than 1.
Right.
I won't look, Audrey, while you get dressed.
And they
Okay.
only require vac suit 0. So there's a question: does Audrey have the skill vac suit?
Audrey has no vac suit skill,
So that
so it'd
does.
have to be one of the.
So it doesn't mean that you can't use it. I believe you're at a -3. Double check. So it says you'll rarely need to make vac suit checks under ordinary circumstances. Right. If the traveler does not have the requisite vac suit skill for the suit they are wearing, they suffer a -1 to all skills while wearing the suit for each missing level. So at 0, you're only at a -1. But if it was a vac suit 1, you'd be at -2. Vac suit 2 would be -3, etc. So yeah, you're only at a
Let me
-1
check
while
your
wearing
suit here, Audrey.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay, I'm putting on the suit.
All right, so you guys get Audrey suited up. I mean, it is a typical. It's got the markings Lissani Laboratories written on it, and you can see that the suit that the 2 Vargur suits have a name tag, and they are both labeled Jan Vartha.
Well, that means there's probably a drugged Vargar here somewhere.
Right?
I checked Audrey's suit to see if it's on correctly.
Go ahead
It
and make
probably isn't.
Go ahead and make a vac suit plus intellect or education.
Roll boxcars. Roll boxcars. Or no, roll ones. Roll snake eyes.
Yeah,
Eight.
you've got Audrey suited up. Now where would you guys like to go?
I guess back to the auxiliary bridge.
It makes sense to me.
Okay.
Go.
So you guys
Get right the elevator done.
truck on back down. I'm going to put you back down here for now. Zurzi, you can make another electronics computers plus intellect or education. You get a +1 for the agent.
How about 11?
Ooh.
And 11, you get partial access.
That's a 12 plus, damn it.
What are you looking for?
Right now, I am just trying to, well, in simplified terms, take control of the ship. But if I got to break it down more,
You basically
I
have
wanna-
guest or visitor access.
Oh,
You have access to like the library computers, for the most part. Standard, typical library computer stuff. Some of the public ship's logs.
yeah, no, that's helping. Am I able to tell if this has a decaying orbit that it's going to fall out? Like, is that for
Yes.
certain? Or
So, the orbit is decaying, but not. It's not anything drastic. Of course the maneuver software of the ship is of course recommending a course correction.
There's nobody to do it.
Yeah, it would be a piloting plus piloting spacecraft plus dexterity check, but it would be a routine 6+. Of course, if you don't have it, you're at -3, and you could make things worse. But it's saying that the decaying orbit it is a gradual decay. that you've got like 14 days before the situation exacerbates itself.
Okay.
Essentially, it's going to start to see drag from the outer edges of the atmosphere, and then things are going to kind of go pear-shaped.
Can I tell if the decaying orbit is natural or was it done by somebody like purposely sabotaging? Like,
It's a lack of maintenance.
okay.
I mean,
I was
this
just
wasn't
curious
in a
if-
geosynchronous orbit.
I was curious if somebody like, because some logs were sent to a rival corp. I was gonna see if there's a way to see if somebody here was probably like, oh well, I'm gonna turn on one engine at 1% for an hour, then turn it off, and just try to slowly make it decay.
Yeah, I mean, you can make another. I mean, you could make another electronics computer. You've got a couple of directions you could go here. If you wanted to try to check the communications buffer logs again, you could make an electronics comms plus intellect or education, or you can go ahead and make another electronics computers plus intellect or education to get deeper into the system. Now that you've got visitor access.
Also, if I have computers 1, does
Uh,
that mean that my skill level should be a 1 on if I use that skill?
yes. You get
Oh,
that would be a
I haven't been doing
one.
that the entire
That would be a
time.
1 plus your intellect or education modifier.
Okay, so
So
I
if
haven't
you've-
been doing that this entire time.
Yeah, no. So if you've got a 1 in electronics computers and you've got a 1 in, let's say, your modifier to intellect, that's a +2 to your dice roll.
Okay, so technically that 11 should be a 12 if that
Right.
changes anything.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
You would have needed a 14 plus in order to get full out.
Oh, damn you! All right, yeah,
That
I
means
want to.
you would have had to roll box. You would have had to roll box cars.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to check the. Do I have to specify if I'm checking communications logs, or do I have to specify if I'm checking not driving logs, but what would you call it? Thruster logs, I guess, to see if the thrusters have been used recently.
You can check
Maneuvering that
yeah,
word.
maneuvering logs. Yeah.
That's what I'll do that. 11 again.
So the maneuvering logs, the maneuver drive was last used about a week ago for orbital maintenance.
Okay, that's about the same time this explosion, everything else kicked
Right.
off.
Right. Yeah, as far as what you've been able to tell, yeah, this has been screwed up for about a week.
I'm getting the picture. Yeah. I was gonna keep trying to get into even more access because it's part of my plan.
Okay. We will come back to you. So, Svart and Audrey, you ride the lift down and you come back into the reception area, and both of you can
There's another damn person girl gonna come and try and kill me.
you can make both of you can make a recon plus intellect check.
Recon plus intellect.
A drugged out Vargar with natural claws trying to kill you. That'd be fun.
Get a 10.
Yeah, so Audrey doesn't hear anything, which is funny. Maybe she's one of the breeds of Vargar that doesn't have superior hearing.
Oh, her ears are fine. She's just absent-minded.
Yes.
Are you supposed to be at -3 when you're rolling that? Are you not trained in recon at all?
No, let's see. For recon, yeah, it should be -3 because -1 intellect, and then minus for not being trained, but then +1 miscellaneous for racial.
Okay.
So it goes to -2.
I was just curious.
Yeah, you get a jack of all trades, right?
No.
As a Vargar?
Well, they get +1 to recon,
Oh.
I believe.
Oh, that's right, because of their heightened senses. Right.
Yes.
I gotcha. Yeah, they get a DM +1 to any recon and survival checks. Their eyesight is worse. In darkness, they have an additional -1 though,
But
requiring
good thing
sight.
I turned all the lights up.
Right.
But the lights are turned up, so it's okay.
So Svart, you hear. Let me look up here. That.
I'm gonna eat you.
So
I am hungry.
Be-
So hungry.
beyond the end of this hall, you can hear the sound of something down the hall. Like it sounds like stuff's getting thrown around the room.
Which direction?
Down here.
Let's go the other way.
Beyond this.
Andre, we're going the other way.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
I'm
going
afraid.
back.
Let's go the other way.
Here. Wow. Sucks. Yeah, no. Okay, so you guys can move your movement. 3 minor actions is 18 meters.
It's about to there.
That seems about... you can get just to the door. Like right there. Yep, Audrey can get right behind you.
Yep, I'm just going to run over and stand behind Savart.
Okay.
It may be a sword water, but I'm not dumb.
You're like, yeah, I don't want to... Whatever's tossing shit around back there, I don't want to deal with it.
I've already had enough pistol practice.
Audrey, you can make a... Hold on, let me do some measurement here. So that's 1.5. Two... 3. Audrey, go ahead and make another recon plus intellect check.
Recon.
No, you don't notice anything.
Everything is fine.
It's all good here.
Oh,
See what this thing is.
Is it Zurzi's turn?
Yeah, he stepped away for just a moment.
What the hell is that?
good question.
It's a thick-limbed gorilla. It's a hexapod.
Yes.
That must be from Honorverse, from the planet where the tree cats come from. Everything's six-limbed.
Oh, yes. Yes. I think there was a 6-armed or a 4-armed ape in D&D too. I forget the name of it.
Ugly ape.
Yes, all of those games around this time. I mean, even Gamma World had it, and I think that there was one in Star Frontiers. all of them had some kind of ape or monkey that had 4 arms. I'm like, why? What the fuck were you guys smoking? That everything had to have 4 arms? I don't understand. Was it all the LSD that was just?
Well, yeah, all those games started in the 70s. So
Yes, yeah.
there were a lot of drugs.
There were a lot of drugs.
Did the CIA use them for their LSD testing?
Yeah, yes, probably. Zurzi, go ahead and make another electronics, computers plus intellect or education check.
Before I continue this, I just want to ask out of game. If I manage to take control of this thing, can I do something incredibly horrible and potentially deadly and dangerous?
I mean, potentially, yeah.
Like
Put on the planet.
if I were to, for instance, want to crash this bitch into the planet, would that actually be able to happen, or is that something?
Oh
that's
yeah,
like
you can
not...
set it on. I mean, if you get full control, that would give you piloting access. You could point this thing towards the plant, towards Iterati, and
I don't plan to do that. I'm just curious if there's like borders where it's like, look, even if you gain full access, you can't do this, for example.
oh no, you can most certainly, yeah.
Okay, just checking. All right, yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to crack away at it.
Yeah, well, you can turn on the thrusters towards the planet and then call our quest giver and say you want to renegotiate the deal.
I've got a few ideas. Motherfucker.
So
I have to roll an 11.
yeah, you are kind of stuck in visitor access. But that doesn't mean that you don't have access to a lot of stuff. Like I said, you can rummage around in the library computers, there's databases, there's a number of things that guest access would give you.
Am I able to connect to the ship that's connected in the middle?
Yes.
Can I get a quick readout, see if there's any life forms in there? Is it functioning?
There's no such thing as a life form scanner. But the
Okay.
ship is functioning. And these are the specs of the pinnace.
Okay. I mean, 9 million credit ship. All right.
If it's purchased new.
Right. I mean,
This
might get it free. You might get 3.
This is a used pinnace by Scientific Charters Corporation. I would say that's probably in good condition.
okay. Look, even if I only make like 900,000 from this, it's still well worth potentially adding it to the pot. But yeah, I will look around in guest access to see if I could accidentally find information on the pilot, and maybe I find access to their personal computer or something.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you find information on a number of crew. The pilot was not anybody of any particular. They weren't particularly skilled. They were
Okay.
competent at their job. But then again, you don't really need too skilled of a pilot for a lab ship. If you can point it in the direction you want it to go and make it stop when it gets there, you're doing just fine. The one that is of note is the astrogator. And
Okay.
the astrogator,
And they're both in the meat locker.
the astrogator for the Callendula was named Harris Slocum. And it gives a picture of him. He's bald, has a beard, a thinly, like closely trimmed beard. And the picture that comes up on his for his crew photo, he looks, friendly. He's giving kind of a mischievous smirk, kind of smiling. Seems like a jokester.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I will take any relevant crew information, captain, astro, anything that could potentially help me take over because reasons.
Okay. I mean, with visitor access, all that it gives is a little bit of his background. Um, Basically, he got to write. All of the crew gets to write their own kind of bio profile, and it says that he was the son of two successful business people. He was raised to be ambitious. And he says that in a direct quote that the advice that his father gave him was the dress for the job that you want. And so he has spent a lot of he takes personal pride in spending a lot of time maintaining his appearance. That's about as much information as you get on Harris Slocum, the astrogator.
I'm just gonna keep
Yeah,
trying
he's in the meat locker.
I'll just keep trying to get access until they get back here.
Okay.
Once they get back here, I'm gonna probably call our.
So the other thing
employer.
that you can do is that you can choose to take your time. Hold on here, and I will tell you what that does. I think it gives you a +2.
Oh, okay.
Does a agent take its time?
I mean, you could tell the agent to take its time. The agent's just giving him a +1. Where's my index? Time. Time frame.
Yeah, that's why I said I was gonna try to stay here and just work because I thought that was taking my time, but I don't know all the.
Yeah,
all the
so you
modifiers
can
and
choose to
everything.
go faster or slower. So before you roll, you can move up or down one time frame. So these time frames to access these computers, you're talking about 1 minute. Trying to access. I mean, cracking a higher level security is probably taking a little bit longer. So you're probably looking at 1 hour worth of time. But you can move it up to the next time slot, which would be 4 hours, and that will grant you. Let's see here. It says. There we go. +2. So you're getting. You've got 1 for your computer. What do you have for either your intellect or education?
My +1. So
So
1 for intellect education, 1 for computer.
So there's 2. One for the agent, and then if you take your time, meaning it could take upwards of 4 hours, that's another
That's
plus
5.
2. So that's a
I mean,
plus
I
5
got
total to your roll.
plenty of time.
Yeah, I mean, you got 14 days before this thing's orbital incline changes drastically. So
Yeah, I would say my guy's taking his time. Me and the agent are kind of just. We'll get there eventually because the payout could be humongous. It probably won't end up that way, but I'll wishful think it anyway.
okay, go ahead and make another electronic computers plus intellect or education, and if you're taking your time, that's going to be a total of a +5 to your 2D roll.
Oh, you want me to do it right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
18.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So this one says
I think you got it.
That's it.
You're gonna
Kill the
be
entire party.
you're gonna be hacking this computer for the next 8 hours.
Worth it.
You probably got your glasses on. You've got the Prodigy playing in the background.
And now's my TPK the whole party without them knowing. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
So Zvart and Audrey, from I don't know. Do you? I was gonna say that you hear it, but I don't. Stop being a pain. Stop being a pain in my. There we go. Maybe not.
I certainly can't see it.
You certainly can't see it, but you can both make a Recon plus Intellect check one more time.
I don't see anything.
Wow, Audrey really doesn't know what's going on. Audrey's trying to turn her head inside her helmet, and is like, "Why can't I see out to my right?"
Yeah, it's good. The helmet squished my ears.
Yes. And Zart doesn't hear anything. You guys get to the door, and the door opens. That's 24.
And another insane woman is on the other side.
No. Wow. He is running right up. So he's going to get a free attack.
Ah!
Svart and Audrey, go ahead and roll initiative. 2D plus either Dex or Intellect. And I'm going to change Zurzi to 0.
This is where I've locked myself in here. They both die, and I just come out of the room 8 hours later. I'm like, "Hi guys, where are you?"
And then you just find pieces of us.
12.
Okay.
Vart got a 12.
And Audrey got an 8. Okay. So, Svart, you hit the button and you turn to check on Audrey, and behind Audrey you see this 4-armed gorilla type thing, and I might actually have a better picture. Yeah, well, this one's caged, but yeah, it gives you the idea of its level of aggro.
Mama?
This is...
Do we know anything? Can you tell me something about this thing's... How many hit points is cakes?
This is the Galloping Monkey.
15 hits.
And normally you'll see that he's an omnivore gatherer. He's acting a lot more aggressive than an omnivore gatherer. I mean, it's got so it's got 6 limbs.
Looks like it's got 4 feet.
A crescent of black nodes around each of its primary eyes can see into the infrared and ultraviolet wavelengths. But its main eyes, aside from these nodes around its eyes, they look very similar to the 2 people that you've had to shoot. Big, dilated pupils, which is why the light would be hurting everybody. It's got the it's all messed up. So
it doesn't need to bulk up anymore.
Zvart, you catch it just in time. You can act before it can swing on Audrey.
At fire, and I'm really close.
Just lay the barrel on Audrey's shoulder. Audrey, don't move. Stand really still.
I miss.
Oh shit! You fire. Um,
Andre goes deaf.
well, Audrey's wearing her helmet, so. So
Hole in the ship.
you fire. This thing doesn't seem to really care. It. Evidently is not the best fighter. It's going to swing on Audrey with its claws. And miss. It swings and your gunshot kind of made it kind of jerk back a bit, and so it swung and it kind of whiffed it. Audrey, what do you want to do?
All right. Audrey is afraid. She shoots her pistol at the weird monkey thing.
So you are in melee range. You can. You are at point blank, meaning that you only have to roll a 6 or better. It's a routine shot.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's a hit.
Yay!
Now rolled 6 and a 6.
Yeah, if anybody deserves it, it's Audrey tonight. Well, it doesn't have any armor, so that's 3 less than it had before. Audrey takes a shot. Zvart, what are you doing?
I aim.
Okay, there's a +1.
I claim I'm close. So that's a +2, right?
Correct.
And I still miss.
You still miss. The Galfin monkey. Well, he's going to stay in it to win it. He's going to swing on Audrey again. Fuck. Oh. Yeah, no, he's at -3. He has no combat ability, even natural. And so he swings and misses. Audrey?
Okay. Aim and then shoot at the monkey. Oh.
I can't imagine watching this weird fight go on.
I know, right? At point blank, right? Just a crazed monkey, like 4 arms flailing all over the place and gunshots going off. Yeah, I mean it's pure pandemonium in here. Svart, what are you doing?
I'm aiming, and I'm firing.
Okay.
And I get a 10.
+2 to damage. So 3D across the board. Ooh.
11.
Ouch.
Ooh.
That you shoot the monkey, and it's a good shot. The monkey kind of forgets the idea of attacking Audrey and limps back away 8 meters back the way it came, and it's limping bad. Audrey,
Let's get out of here, Audrey.
Yeah, Audrey,
Audrey's going to run through there.
Okay. So you guys are running through and shutting the door behind you?
Yes.
Okay. So
Can I lock this door?
yes.
I locked this door on the way by.
Yeah. Those damn monkeys can sometimes be smart. It might know how to unlock the doors.
It might.
So you guys make it back to to the auxiliary bridge. Of course, the light is red. The door is locked.
Zurzi, please unlock the door. We
Yeah.
want to hide in. We want to hide in there with you.
Hide from what?
There's something out there.
That
It attacked us.
that 6-limb giant gorilla.
Okay.
I assume you know what a gorilla is in your world.
I mean, I come from a desert world, so probably not. Your mic's not working. GM.
So commonly in the Zhodani consulate, there's another one with 6 legs. They have psionic cats that have 6 legs, or common pets in the Zhodani consulate.
Yes, I will quickly unlock the door and get back to my hard work because my guy's taking his time and has a good feeling that he's going to get it.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you guys are you wanting to camp out in here for like the next 8 hours or so? I mean,
Yeah, lock the door and stay put.
okay, all right. He's hacking away on the main computer terminal before we break for the night. Zvart and Audrey, make another recon plus intellect check. Oof. Oof. Audrey's like, I like the lights.
He does.
So a 6 is going to do it. Zvart, on one of the monitors, you are registering, the computer is registering movement coming from room number 24. And that room is registered as... It's just registered as staff stateroom E, but you're registering that there is movement inside of this room.
Holy, not another one. There's only 4 left. There's only 4 left.
So that's where we'll break for this week, and we will pick this up next week at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night, and we'll pick up with passing the 8 hours. If you guys are camping out in here, we'll pick up with Zurzi's plan now that he's all the way in to the Callendula's computer system. He has ultimate access, root access.
Oh, that's cool. Think of all the things he can do.
Right. Yes.
I've already got a
Everything.
list.
You can run every program.
He's
in
got a
there.
list. I got a list of things that I'm going to do. Of course, if it's anything like what I was trying to do the other day on my Linux box, it's going to give you fits. It's not going to do what it's supposed to be doing. It lies to me. Like I was trying to install VNC so that I could use a remote desktop from my tablet, and so I installed the VNC server, and it installs fine. And I'm running the VNC server, and I tell it I want you to run on this port, and it does, and it says server's running on this port. But then I check netstat, and it tells me, no, there's nothing listening on that port. That port doesn't exist. What are you talking about? What the fuck? And so, of course, whenever I try to log in from my tablet, it's like, there's no connection. Like, no shit.
There's nothing there.
Right. No shit, there's no connection. It's because it's not fucking listening on the port. It told me it's listening on the port. It's not. It's not listening. It's a liar. So I don't know. I'll mess with it another day when I'm not feeling like I'm gonna pull my hair out.
Listen, I'm not going to do anything too bad as long as we're not going to say demands, my negotiations work out. That's all.
Well, we will let that percolate for another week and pick up from there next week.
At Halloween yet?
Almost.
Not yet.
Almost.
So we got 2 more weeks of this.
One more week at least of this. I kind of thought you guys were going to get through it this week, but your rolls were not great. So
Nope.
So sometimes the dice giveth, and sometimes they taketh away. But yeah,
Well,
we will probably be closing this leg of it up next week.
I mean, all I have left on to do on here, assuming nothing else really pops off, is make my negotiations, and then ideally we can take the middle ship and go land on the planet.
Yeah, and then you'll have a bunch of money.
Potentially, yeah.
Or,
All
I
right.
mean, things can go nuclear and we crash a space station into a building. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, you probably. I mean, it's a big planet, you know. It's kind of like space junk coming down. The odds of it hitting your house, the Earth is over 70% water. The odds of a satellite coming in and landing on your house is infinitesimal. Not that it can't happen, but you know, probably not. It's more likely going to land in the ocean somewhere. One of them. So, all right, guys. I will see you next week at 6 o'clock.
See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
You're welcome.